It's a pretty beautiful morning out this morning. Probably about, I'd say 50 something. 55 if I was guessing. I haven't honestly looked. I probably should have. So I don't know if I posted many videos about it, but eventually I was going to build a shop house up here. Then I kind of thought about a shipping container house, doing 3 and then 2 on top, 2-story, 3 40-footer high cubes, and then 2 on top. I'm not exactly sure yet. My sister and brother-in-law are going to build right where that tractor's at. They're hoping to get started building theirs in the next month or so. They're still trying to find what contractors and stuff they want to go with, but with the inflated prices and all, I'm going to wait a little longer after buying that piece of equipment right there. That set me back a little, and I paid a pretty penny for that, kind of high price. So I hope things come down in a year or so, but you know, they could keep going up. Obviously nobody knows. So I'm just kind of going to take a gamble and wait and save my 2 pennies I got left. But eventually this is my either shop pad or shipping container house pad right here. Big enough I could put a 40 by 60 pretty easy here. I could actually go 50, and I could probably get 70. About 50 by 70 is as big as I could probably get right here. But so I had these willow trees I bought on Amazon. They come as just like a stem, no green or nothing. You put them in water for a week or 2, and they're supposed to give you like 20, I think it was, and they give me 5 extra, and it looks like they're all growing. So the road's right down there, about 300 yards. So I'm gonna make a line here. Might as well get some trees started, that way when I'm ready to build in 2 years, you know, they're already established, and they're supposed to grow like crazy. They're a fast growing tree. I know they take a lot of water, but I got forks and I got old totes that I can carry water out here and water them once a couple days in the summer. But my holes ain't real straight. I'm starting right here. I got the gas auger out, and that one ain't probably not deep enough because those stems I'm doing right there are only, you know, 5 inches. So right here, I'm down here, probably go all the way down here to this evergreen tree there. Obviously I'll be about right in line with this tree. I got my tripod here. I'll set it up and take a video of drilling some holes. And the ground, it's amazing. We just brought this dirt in here a couple weeks ago, and it's so hard already. I know down there where they were trying to drill some smaller evergreen trees than that, they were trying to drill holes with that, and there was a guy on each side of that, and they couldn't even get it to go in the ground hardly. So it is ridiculous. So I'm gonna pause this. I'm gonna set up the tripod and see if I can't get a little video here. Okay, let's see. It looks like the tripod isn't real stable this morning. Something like this here. Okay, let me see if I can get a little video here. I think this one's plenty deep. So, I do say we bought that gas auger for building the porch this last winter. We weren't sure how good it was gonna do. We got the extended shaft so we can go deeper. And it impresses me and my dad for what it is. So if anyone's ever looking for a little gas auger for cheap, Harbor Freight, we bought this. We've used it a bunch and it is a dang good auger. Like I said, we thought it'd be a joke. We're used to the ones on our skid loaders, but we couldn't get right up next to the house where we needed to put our post. We just couldn't get up there with our skid loaders. So we bought that and we're stupidly impressed. So I've got some holes there, and I don't know how good it's gonna grow next to that hackberry, but they were cheap on Amazon, and I got, like I said, quite a few of them, and the deer might try to stomp some of them or eat them. Might have to put wire around them, but I'm just trying to get a start. If I can get half of them to grow, I'll be pretty tickled. They say 5-6 feet apart at the closest you want them, because they will grow out and up. I think they'll get up to 50 feet or 60 feet tall, and you can keep them trimmed back. But like I said, I can always come through and get some out down the road. Like I said, I don't really care. It's not like I got neighbors right next to our property line, so I'm not real worried about that, and I'll keep them watered so they shouldn't choke each other out. But I'm gonna go ahead, and I might have to smooth this up with a bucket and fill that hole in and smooth this up and re-drill that hole. But I'll put 3 or so holes in here, probably another 4 or 5, maybe 6 down through there, right through here, and that'll be the end of that. So I will get some more video when I go to plant the trees, so bear with me. Okay, I started planting these trees. I left a little bit of them. I'm gonna put fill sand. I got fill sand around the top 2 or 3 inches, and then that way it can kind of work its way in with the dirt. And the dirt's pretty decent dirt, but it can kind of break down some of that dirt too. Just put a little topping of fill sand around them. I don't know if that's right or wrong. I am not a tree guy, but I don't even know how many I planted. I planted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. Looks like 14 there, and there's probably 10 or so left. So 25. I think, like I said, they give you like 5 to 8 more than you get, that you're supposed to get, because they know that some of them probably won't live. So I'm gonna find out where to put these ones. Maybe start a couple inside all winter. So if we have a harsh winter, then if those don't make it, I'll have something to fall back on. A little savings account here, if you will. That tree was a big tree that died from the beetles, the boar beetles or whatever. Got in the wood and the bark and killed that tree. And I finally cut it down, because it was big. It was way up there and dead, and whenever I do build something, it was going to be a problem. So figured it's weird how something like that, cutting a dead tree down, changes the view. It wasn't alive for years, but as soon as I cut it down, it just looked different out here. It almost just made it look naked. So I said, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it down, so I have a year or so of getting used to it being gone. So yep, I guess I'll get back with you guys. And I got a buddy that needs a couple loads of fill dirt and driveway built up off the highway for getting his camper in and out. He about hit the neighbor's mailbox the other day backing in. It's so sharp. And then he wants to put rock over the top, so I'll probably do that today since it's a buddy and all, and try the loader out. And he wanted to look at it anyways, so I'll probably do that this afternoon, and if so, I'll get a video and post it. Okay guys, I'm gonna go down here to the fill sand pile we got, get a little fill sand for them trees, and then I'm gonna get the fourth and probably 200 gallon of water and water the heck out of them. I'm trying to make a little video. I'm gonna have to find if anybody has any good suggestions for a phone holder and a skid loader. I'll be able to get a suction cup on the window. On my street bike and all, I run one of them quad locks, and I like it a lot. Go down here and find us a little clean fill sand. Doesn't have to be perfect for what I'm doing. Whoa. If the hydraulic temp's low, you can't come out of 2-speed, so you got to set the park brake, then come out of 2-speed, then unset your park brake. It'll tell you to wait. Now I release the park brake, and we're out of 2-speed. Once the hydraulic temp's warmed up, not a problem. A lot of you guys probably know that, but like I said, this is my first deer and my first newer one, so some of this stuff's new. Well, it's all new to me. I'm gonna drive one-handed here and try to video get a little bit. That'll be more than enough. I do like the backup camera. I always forget. My dad makes fun of me when I was backing up the last few times. I'm looking over my shoulder. He's like, "You got a backup camera?" I was like, "Well, for 28 years, all I've ever done was look behind me. I always forget. So once I get used to it, it'll be good." We'll go up here. I got the shovel up here. We'll just shovel a little around the trees. Whatever I don't use, I'll flip out there and go get the water tote, and we'll go from there. I need a better tripod. I bought that one on Amazon, and it was on sale for like 20 bucks. It just, the tripod's not wide enough. The legs are real narrow. It's like maybe a foot from leg to leg, and they don't do good out here in the rough terrain. So I'm just gonna, like I said, I don't even know how much to put around them or not put around them. So you guys that are tree experts are probably watching saying, "I wish I could tell him right now to stop that," but the time I post the video, it'll already be long done, long gone and done. So like I said, this might be a big no-no. I don't know. The trees didn't cost me much. I got them on Amazon, I think, for 15 or 20 bucks. So it'd be like going to eat at Taco Bell the other day. I got a Supreme Tacos meal. I upgraded to Supreme, and then I added a chicken quesadilla, and it cost me $16.20, and then they ask if you want to round up, and I always do. And so $17 just for me to eat, and it's like, things are so ridiculous. But we could talk for hours about that. I just figured this sand would help break down some of the dirt, whatnot. Maybe leave it a little low so then it'll hold the water when it rains, because I know willow trees like a lot of moisture, so maybe something like that. They just said on the radio, got that fancy radio in here, you guys know, 86 for a high today and 81 tomorrow. I don't know what we're gonna do. We're almost through October. We're gonna go into November and go straight to 0, I'm afraid. I ain't got many subscribers on YouTube. Like I said, I just started posting. I posted a few a year ago or so, and then kind of quit. And I was working full time at Spirit and stuff, and then I started doing this full time, and so now I've got more time for video and stuff. But so I'm gonna do more videos. But anybody out of my 5 subscribers, if they know on the ride control, I don't know if the hydraulic temp has to be a certain temperature, but it won't let me put it in the second mode. It'll be in 1, which is just a, you know, I guess a dampened version of 2 for more rough. When it's in 2, those boom arms move like crazy. It makes the ride a lot nicer, but I don't know if the hydraulic temp has to be warmed up, because if I push it, it'll either just go on or off. Here, I'll show you real quick. So if I push it once, it goes off, push it again, it just comes on 1. I can hold it, it doesn't matter. So I don't know if, like I said, the hydraulic temperature has to be warmed up. You know, I ain't ran it much, I ain't even warmed up yet. If anybody knows, I'd be open for options. So my dad said something about he was gonna spray some ground today with the sprayer. So I told him I was gonna get a couple 100 gallons out of his tanks there, and he said there was plenty for what he needed and me to get a couple 100 gallons, so I'm gonna do that. And my buddy said, yeah, he was ready for me to do that dirt work in his driveway whenever I could get there. No hurry, he was around all day. So my sister, she texted all of us in the group and said breakfast is ready, and I don't eat breakfast normally, just a cup of coffee and out the door, but I will once in a while. So the whole family's inside right now. I'm the last one to get back up here, so guess I'll eat breakfast with them since they made it, and Ryan had planted some cedar trees down there he wanted watered. So water mine, water his, probably take 100 gallon, maybe 150. I'll have plenty in a old shuttle tote we got. And then I will get back on here. Okay, I didn't get a video getting the water. We didn't need a full tote. Got my niece helping me. Her mom and dad are the ones gonna build down there, and they're down there right now. And she wanted to ride in the skid loader. She really likes this skid loader, don't you, Kenna?
Yeah.
Yep. So she's a character. She keeps you on your toes for sure. All right, we're gonna lose a little water. So if you got your good Under Armour shoes, your mama will be on my butt if we get them all wet. Okay. Okay. Well, that should be enough, and I don't know where the... No, they're not wet, and we didn't lose very much water, but I just wanted to be sure. We're just going to have to open it up real slow on the tree away from it and let it flow down, because I had a hose laying up here that wasn't good for pressure. It was leaking, but it worked for gravity flow. Well, my uncle used this to water cows the other day. Maybe he took it over there, my dad thought maybe, but I didn't see it laying over there, so... We got the water, and we'll throw a little Miracle Grow in there. Nah, just kidding. I won't do that, but it sounds good. Well, I'm going to get her loaded up in here. We're going to go down there, and we'll start watering trees. We brought plenty of water, Kenna, so we'll just let it soak that way. I didn't quite pull up far enough. I wasn't sure how far to pull up. Instead of getting up and moving forward, I guess I could just leave it like that and move forward. I'll just get up, I'll just leave it open like that, pull forward, water it, go to the next and just leave it open. Yep, there's a tree right there, see it? I planted it this morning. That's where we're trying to water, but it's getting there slowly. Well, I'm kind of beating the tree up a little, keeps me from getting out and water and then move on to the next one. Not losing that much water. Other than this one's gonna be a little harder. There's a tree limb up there. If I can get close enough and the water will run downhill. I'm out there. Can't really see that little green tree right there. It's getting a drink, so it's a lot easier out, but probably easier than even if I had a hose. I have to get out in and out for two. I can probably do 2 or 3 trees in the 25 foot of hose I got, but work smarter, not harder. I think that's smarter instead of harder here, but you never know.